Do you think our boy Saddam hid the BHG because he didn't want it turned into a Bass Pro Shops or Buc-ee's by Operation Desert Storm?
Oh man, imagine a Buc-ee's in Iraq.
Have you not heard of the Jesus footprint at the lighthouse of Alexandria?
He was driven mad by God, and he acted like a stark, raving, mad animal for 7 years until he acknowledged that the biblical God controlled history and human affairs and not Nebuchadnezzar.
If I had one piece of advice, it'd be wipe front to back to avoid a bladder infection.
And listen to the FLP.
Welcome to the Fatal Lunch Podcast. Y'all out there. We're actually doing the episode about ancient wonders that we promised we would do, and we filmed like 4 or 5 that weren't. So today is going to be Will's 3 ancient wonders.
Can't believe it's been a week since we did the last episode. It felt like 5 minutes.
Felt like just yesterday. We were kids. Hit us with that intro music. Palette.
All right.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Hey, so how about we do this intro different? How about we all introduce ourselves?
We'll start with you.
Okay, I am producer Palette. All right, who are you?
We'll let you take
I am allegedly the PS2 dealer, Wilmison. Yep.
Rude. And I am Peterismus Atristus. I invented alchemy.
And Koine Greek, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
All right.
And today's episode, we're going to cover the 3 wonders of the world Will got when we spun that wheel a couple, or maybe a month ago to you guys, a couple weeks ago to us. I don't know, whatever timeline is, but this is called, I'll let you tell them what this episode's called.
So, for this week, I'm doing my 3 ancient wonders of the world that we're going to do a deeper dive on the because we did an episode on them, but we did kind of a shallow dive on them. So this episode we're going to go a little bit deeper and educate everyone out there in FLP land about the ancient wonders.
This episode is called The FLP Presents Ancient Wonders of the World.
And I promise for all those guys that have triggers, there will not be fruit in this video.
There will not be any fruit,
No fruit
discussion whatsoever. Palette, what's your favorite ancient wonder of the world?
That's a really hard one. I'm kind of liking that giant, tall, like Colosseum mausoleum.
Oh, the mausoleum of Halicarnassus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Jonathan Athonimus, the 7th of Norwalklandia. What's your favorite ancient wonder of the world?
It's got to be the freaking pyramids. I know it's a cop out, but you know they were power plants that you couldn't get credit cards through.
So I've heard that only like twice before. Okay.
Well, let me tell you about what's his name?
You mean Philip Ziba? He's got great informative videos about the topic we're talking about today. The pyramids being my favorite. Check out this video. You ready, Will?
Found grand entrances, spacious hallways, lavish architecture, art, and carvings everywhere commemorating their deaths. And this is the burial chamber in the biggest tomb in the world, the Great Pyramid of Giza. A plain and uncentered granite box in a boring room with no carvings nor art, like anywhere in the entire pyramid. Oh, and no mummy was found.
Maybe it's kind of like
was
it's a
stolen
tomb
by
and you're not
thieves who
supposed to be
apparently
in
took
there.
the hieroglyphs in the walls too. Here's an actual sarcophagus for a cat. And another one for a person. Here are a few more from the same time period as Giza, all covered with majestic carvings and hieroglyphs that were crucial for preparing bodies for the afterlife. And that's the sarcophagus in Giza, the biggest and most important tomb ever built. The pyramid itself is just awkward to navigate, with tight corridors and questionable architecture apparently designed to stop thieves. Meanwhile, the Valley of Kings is an absolute marvel. What you'd expect royalty to be buried in, with no attempt at keeping grave robbers out. Oh, what's that? The Valley of Kings was made over 1,000 years after Giza, during which time I guess they learned how to carve and paint on the walls of tombs, despite there being hieroglyphs far older than Giza itself. Well, what about the tombs at Saqqara, which are as old as Giza, yet adorned with the carvings, architecture, and even statues that you'd expect from a sacred burial chamber? If tombs looked like this 4,500 years ago, why would the most important one ever built during the same time look like that? Nice try, Google debunkers. Maybe try DuckDuckGo.
Because you're not supposed to be in there.
Pyramids are
Alright,
not
get outta here.
tombs. Change my mind. This is a real Egyptian tomb, you know, where mummies of pharaohs.
So that's the content, and usually he ends by pushing some sort of supplement. It's brain rot.
By the way, this is Will's address.
Right
Yes.
next to the honky.
It's in next to the Waffle House in Glendale.
Oh, he got you. Producer got you. Scroll up a little bit so they can see the beautiful Watts Towers, and then we'll popcorn read it. Take it away, William.
Okay. The FLP proudly presents Ancient Wonders of the World. So this, like I said, this is a little bit deeper dive on these.
Why haven't we gone to see this?
I've seen him.
It's like a
We can
hour
go.
and a half drive. You know, it's not too far.
We can go. We'll go take some promo photos. For
That'd be
the podcast.
cool. That should be our band
And
photo
try to
for
get
the.
try to get a fruit vendor next to it. Too.
Yeah, there we go. We'll all wear like vests too. And okay. Anyways, so the Ancient Wonders of the World, there were 7 of them. And today we'll talk about 3 of them. And then in a later episode, a Pallet and Senior Paul Jonathan Thonimus will fill you in on the rest of them. Okay. But these are 3 of my favorite. Okay. And number 1 is the Watts Tower, which unfortunately, the Watts Tower located in majestic Watts, California, which is LA. If you don't know, it's a part of LA. Were built in the early 20th century and are not considered one of them. Womp womp.
And let me tell you something about Watts. It's a beautiful city, golden paved streets, and the beer flows like wine. I'm talking about Watts.
The first ancient wonder that we're going to talk about is the Babylonian Hanging Gardens. Are you familiar with this garden, Goose?
I have no idea, so you should tell us.
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
Okay, so it's one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Historians aren't sure if the structure actually existed.
Oh, you mean mainstream archaeology?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Flint
freaking
Dibble
Google
archaeology.
debunker.
Flint Dibble.
Several Greek and Roman scholars discuss the structure, such as Strabo and Diodorus Siculus, both Greek. I probably mispronounced that. However, archaeologists haven't been able to locate said famous gardens. And that sounds like an L for the archaeology community and Flint Dibble. You know, if you're not good. I mean, you got to find ancient wonders, right? If you're an archaeologist, if you don't find them, that makes you not a good archaeologist, right? Okay, it's believed to have been built by King Nebuchadnezzar II. His lifespan was 605 to 562 BC or BCE. If you know you don't want to use if you prefer that way of marking time. Babylon around 600 BC. The gardens were thought to have been constructed for one of his wives, a Princess Amytis from Medea.
When I looked at that from my side eye, I thought it said Princess Armpits.
I mean, it could be. Maybe that's what it translates to in Aramaic, right? I don't know.
Nebuchadnezzar just loves sniffing pits. He's just
Yeah.
What does Medea have to do with this?
That's
not
the
in my
region.
not in my garden.
Not Tyler Perry Medea, although maybe I think Tyler Perry, the city of Medea inspired Tyler Perry. We're pretty sure that character that he wrote. She missed the lush mountains of her homeland, and she was not a fan of the arid deserts of Babylon. PJ,
Why?
can you believe it?
Jeez.
I don't know, just spoiled. Ancient Medea was actually located in northwestern Iran and Azerbaijan. As a result, Nebuchadnezzar II ordered that a grand pyramid be built with terrace steps, waterfalls, and a variety of fruit trees and plants. The gardens were also an opportunity to show off Babylon's great.
Do you want to look
wealth.
up a picture of this real quick?
Jesus, Will, what's your problem, bro? You just said the F word, bro.
Which one is the F word?
Fruit.
Fruit. Oh, yeah.
no. Look up.
Well, they had fruit trees. I had to use it, right?
All of a sudden, the guest right here puts on that high vis vest. It's like illegal.
Water was supposedly diverted from the Euphrates to irrigate the trees in the structure. So that's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
No one is sure how long it took to build. The guess is anywhere from 5 to 15 years if it did, if it was built, if it did exist. Well, we'll get into that. It took anywhere from 5 to 40 years to build the average ziggurat in Mesopotamia. If you don't know where Mesopotamia is, it's the ancient civilization that makes up a couple different ancient civilizations. It's in Iraq. It's where like the Tigris and the Euphrates were rivers.
It's between the Tigris and
Were
Euphrates.
palm trees prominent at this time?
Because they come from that area.
Yes. So it includes usually like the Babylonians, the Assyrians, and the Akkadians, right? That basically makes up like most of like the Mesopotamian cultures. There's one other one that I forgot.
Akkadian, I think is how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
You can take that picture now.
He was founded by Sargon of Akkad, but don't worry about that. You can look it up if you want.
Isn't he dead?
He's been dead for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the ancient world, he was raging and doing his thing, and he helped found Mesopotamia. He wasn't a Babylonian though. The Babylonians came after him.
I'm talking about the modern Sargon of Akkad. He was like a commentary dude on YouTube.
Yeah, well, he's named after that guy.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mean. I think he's passed away.
The structure is supposed to imitate a mountain covered with lush vegetation and trees with a beautiful waterfall. The BHD, or the Babylonian Hanging Gardens, is the only ancient wonder that hasn't been located yet. The irrigation system used there was supposed to be centuries ahead of what was available at the time. I'm sure the Egyptians had pretty good irrigation in 600 BC, 700 BC. The structure is supposed to be within 50 miles of Baghdad. Do you think our boy Saddam hid the BHG goose because he didn't want it turned into a Bass Pro Shops or Buc-ee's by Operation Desert Storm?
Oh man, imagine a Buc-ee's in Iraq.
in Mosul, there's a Buc-ee's.
Exactly.
I think it would definitely make Iraq better overnight.
They just wouldn't have the bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, you just have to have like halal food at the Buc-ee's in Iraq.
No, they'll just probably sue Iraq for it.
Or they didn't want the British Museum like jackhammering it and carrying it off to everyone's favorite museum, right? The Queen's favorite
probably
museum.
where it's at. Go check out the last episode to see the mayhem the British Museum unleashed on the world by challenging Russia. That all makes sense if you watch last week's episode video right here.
There's also no mention of the gardens in native Babylonian sources, which makes some historians doubt its authenticity. Yeah, I can't speak English today. The Jewish historian Josephus mentioned it. Josephus, side note on Josephus, participated in revolt against the Romans, the first Jewish revolt from 66 to 73 AD. Since he was a very educated and talented man, and he predicted the rise of Vespasian, the Roman Vespasian, the Roman emperor, ruled Rome from 69 to 79 AD. He predicted that he would rise to power. The Romans were impressed by his clairvoyance, and they spared his life and granted him citizenship. So, he wasn't put to the sword or turned into a yard decoration like most of his unfortunate fellow resistant fighters, right? Very brave to go against the Roman Empire, but it's not going to end well for you.
Josephus is largely considered historically accurate.
Yes, he really
benchmark, like his writings. They're considered.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, his writings are usually considered authentic. He's not like a Nostradamus character.
Yeah, and Jerusalem was mostly destroyed in the revolt as well. And anyways, Palette, FLP quiz time. What else is Vespasian famous for? He could dunk on the basketball court. He commissioned the building of the Colosseum. His army defeated the infamous Carthaginian general Hannibal. He initiated the Pax Romana. If you open the document palette, you can see the answers if you forget any of them. And he was the first person to put pepperoni on a pizza. Which one's right?
Ooh.
And you better not do a fake answer because that one guy's going to get real pissed off.
Well, this is a completely real answer. I think he could dunk on some fuckers. No, I'm just kidding. I think I'm going to guess he greenlit the Colosseum, maybe.
That is correct. Yeah, good job, Palette. Good job.
See, that one guy who left that one comment that one time? We do answer questions correctly.
See, bro, he could dunk on...
Building the Colosseum or help fund build the Colosseum is, that's kind of like dunking. It's a dunk in the ancient world.
You know what? You can't get a credit card through those blocks. It
No,
had to
you
be
cannot.
aliens.
It had to be.
It had to be fallen angel, reptilian aliens.
The Romans weren't smart. They didn't build aqueducts or do like eye surgery and stuff. Like they weren't, so it had to have been the aliens.
If the Romans were so smart, where are they now?
Yeah.
Huh?
It was thought that perhaps the main ziggurat in Babylon was the BHG, but ancient artwork of that structure doesn't display it with any foliage or trees.
Is the Tower of Babel a wonder, or is it myth?
It's technically a myth. Some people think it was a large ziggurat that was being mentioned, but There's no proof that there was ever a Tower of Babylon.
Yeah, I mean there were ziggurats, but we don't have like archaeological evidence for the Tower of Babel. Cool story though. I mean we should cover it someday. One day I'll do the Book of Genesis on the show, and we'll talk about it. Since the BHG, or the Babylonian Hanging Gardens, hasn't been found in Babylon itself, some historians have suggested that perhaps it was confused for a Syrian building that was in Nineveh, and that it was built by King Sennacherib. He reigned from 705 to 681 BC, and not Nebuchadnezzar. The Syrians were known for having advanced irrigation techniques. There are records of them building numerous large gardens. I'm being confused by my own contractions here. There's also mention of Sennacherib stating that he built a large garden that will be, quote unquote, a wonder for all peoples. It is possible that ancient writers confused the gardens to be in Babylon when they were more likely to be in Nineveh. And Nineveh is another city in like ancient Iraq or Mesopotamia. All right. I think it's off the Euphrates. I may be wrong about that, but different from Babylon. The Syrians believed Nineveh to be the new Babylon. And the Syrians were also brilliant engineers and gardeners. Did you know that, PJ?
I did, as a matter of fact. I was talking to an Assyrian the other day while he was mowing my lawn, and I said, "Go back to your country."
Okay. You sure he was Assyrian?
Yeah, he
Okay.
had a foreign accent.
Okay.
He looked a lot like me, but just a little bit darker skin. But he was carrying, oh man, the joke would have worked if I would have just remembered the name of the Assyrian sword.
The Kopitar? That's the Egyptian. I don't know the
Egyptian.
Or the Scimitar?
Scimitar.
That was Arab.
I got a question. Is there even like a print, anything of the gardens?
It's just written about.
Yeah, it's written about. I think there's pictures of it. Like there's like we'll get into it. No, there's no Babylonian sources, but I think like the ancient Greeks talked about it and the ancient Romans talked about it.
While he reads that YouTube, I want you to pick a card, any card. You pick that card right there.
Okay.
Remember this card, 4 of diamonds.
That's the 4 of. I'm gonna make a dumb joke about that.
All right, continue.
In addition to being brilliant engineers and gardeners, they also scared the shit out of everyone because they were known for doing Vlad the Impaler things to their enemies and then decorating prominent buildings with these remains. So
You know, here's my problem with that. Cool, intimidating, I get it. Your city smells like shit. You just got rotting corpses everywhere. Where's the flex in that?
yeah,
It's not like I know you can't get a credit card between these buildings, but I highly doubt that they're airtight. So your king is just sitting on top of a hill where, you know, putrid biomass is just liquefying and it's just flying up into your. But then again, everything smelled like shit back then. I don't think they had great plumbing.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's getting pretty hot in Iraq, you know, in like ancient Iraq, right? So I feel like, you know, the people that they did like decorate on buildings were probably beef jerkied pretty quick, you know.
Still,
But I'm sure you could have an outbreak of like disease or something. I'm sure that happened. You know, there were plagues in the ancient world. So, and I'm sure like that kind of thing and not having modern sewage, you know, would lead to that. You know.
Exactly.
Anyways, the jury's still out on whether the gardens were in Babylon or Nineveh. Sennacherib also built a massive garden for one of his wives, that's why a lot of people think that this exact ancient writers from like Greece, like and Rome, like confuse the two.
Gotcha.
He was also Sennacherib built a garden for his wife, and he was also assassinated by one of his sons in 681 BC.
What a pussy. Let your son kill you. I don't care how old I can get. I could still beat the shit out of my son.
Assyria would later be conquered. Assyria would later be no comment on that. Assyria would later. You gonna take that pallet? Assyria would later be conquered by the Babylonians in 609 BC, and the Babylonians in turn were conquered by the Persians in 539
Don't
BC.
worry. I'm a warrior. I'm known for beating up overweight middle-aged men.
We'll bring.
Okay,
it
well, don't
on.
beat me up, right? Nebuchadnezzar died in 562 BC. We aren't sure of the circumstances of his death. He would have been 79 or 80 years old, so he probably died of old age. You know, I doubt he had his his son shanked him with a scimitar, you know, and then took the throne.
Or he died from fucking like flesh-eating bacteria because there's just corpses everywhere.
Well,
All you had to do was cut your shin and come in contact with a dead body, and now you got freaking, you know, necrotizing fasciitis.
you get like the town like wizards or like astrologers in there, and they'll like.
I was literally about to make that joke. This cut in my leg is infected. I'm gonna die. Oh, let me see what's wrong here. You have ghost in your bones.
Yeah.
Eat 3 of these plants and pray.
Nebuchadnezzar II may not have had the BHG built, but he did sack Jerusalem in 586, 587. That's one of the things he's most famous for.
Yeah, he's in the Bible.
Yes, he is definitely in the Bible. He's in the historical books in the Old Testament. And he initiated the Babylonian captivity from 597 to 538 BC, which was for Jewish exiles. Those were all like the prominent like Jewish craftsmen and like soldiers and like members of like the kingdom and their aristocracy were like deported to like Babylon to do like hard labor and like serve the king over there. But most of like the poor farmers and stuff were left there. They weren't taken. So you had to have like kind of like a prominent means or like a merchant or like being like middle class.
Well, and the poor farmers were probably just malnourished and basically.
Oh yeah,
useless.
definitely, because they had to pay heavy taxes too, like tribute to like the Babylonians.
So there's like no idea what the interior was like.
No.
And according to the Hebrew Bible in Daniel 4, it stated that he was driven mad by God, and he acted like a stark, raving, mad animal for 7 years and ate grass until he acknowledged that the biblical God controlled history and human affairs and not Nebuchadnezzar. It's what I refer to as his furry period.
Nice.
I didn't think we'd talk about furries last week, but they showed up, and they're showing up again. So.
Our Chile turned into a big furry orgy.
Yes.
Chile turned into a big furry orgy because everybody kept saying toasty. If you want to know what that reference is, last episode.
Yeah, and historians can't confirm the madness period for Nebuchadnezzar, but it's mentioned in a couple other sources though. So it's not just in the book of Daniel. I think some other like maybe Josephus, maybe a couple other like ancient Greek historians might have mentioned it. No one's sure exactly where the BHG was or if they even existed. It seems more likely that they were Nineveh, though. The Syrians and the Babylonians shared a huge amount of culture with each other, which explains the confusion, and they had a lot of big influence on like Jewish culture too, like them and the Egyptians. There's like two primary like influences on like Jewish culture at that time. Hopefully, future excavations will shed light on this mystery end of the BHG.
That would have been surely the sight to see.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it existed. I mean, obviously there was ziggurats and there was gardens, but I don't know if there was like the two were combined, you know?
I bet you it was like vacation there, like a vacation place.
Do you think that people had gardens before we learned how to cultivate?
Yes.
Read this headline, Will. Click it. Read this headline and tell me if this has ever been said before. You ready?
Necrophiliac sex club shuts down in OJ, California.
Ojai.
I'm sorry. The J silent, my bad. Ojai, California.
A necrophiliac sex club shut down in Ojai, California. What is going on? Apparently, they busted this club up, and there were human remains from unknown origins.
That's not good. No one should be doing that.
No, I agree. Next clip. So Andrew Tate, a lot of people know who he is. He's sort of a toxic, alleged, because I don't know if he's been convicted yet, piece of shit.
He was a kickboxer, I think, or something. Like I don't know how he made all his money.
Well, he got arrested yesterday as of this recording because he's getting extradited to the UK for RAPE charges. So
didn't it happen to him in fucking like Romania or something?
They did, and they couldn't get him to stick. So it's not Andrew Tate you want to watch in this video. Look at the guy in the background and tell me if you notice something weird about him.
House has is they go second. You go first, which means that a lot of people go over. You bust. You go over
see him?
21.
Yeah.
There's just a guy without a head walking around. What the fuck is going on?
There is perfect mathematics, which if you play, you can get the house edge down to like 0.6%.
0.6%. I hate this guy. You can click off of it. But yeah, there's just a dude without a head in the background. We'll look at one of those.
I guess wants to say something.
Yeah.
You know how we're talking about the garden?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, back then people actually did have gardens, and there was this like weird scientist that would grow a lot of herbs and stuff, and he would grow them and test them himself. He actually died being a scientist for all of that because he tried a toxic thing, and since the thing that killed him super quick, he wasn't able to reach his antidote or whatever it's called. And one interesting fact about that guy is that he used to use marijuana as a medication, and that's before they even invented it as
Recreation.
something like that. Like,
do you know this guy's name?
I can find the video actually. I have it on TikTok, I think. I remember I just saw this.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No.
PJ, correct me if I'm wrong, but cannabis does grow in the Middle East, right? In certain parts.
It's on almost every continent.
Yeah, the ancients definitely had cannabis. I mean, I know they made like
Well, they found cannabis in mummies.
yeah. So
like
it's
the Toland Man. Have you ever seen the Toland Man? Otzi, the Iceman.
yeah.
Yeah, he had cannabis in his system. So they definitely used it.
Yeah. So I mean, people have been using horticulture for like, they didn't have pharmacies back then or like 21st century like medicine or Western medicine. So
They had pharmakia,
yeah, they had plants.
which some people say we should go back to.
There's a lot of benefit to doing that. Like we should have like a chunk of our like modern medicine should be like plant based and like nutrition based and not necessarily like synthetic chemicals. Although nothing against antibiotics and some other like pharmaceuticals that help people. There's definitely a place for that. But we should definitely go back to more like holistic based medicine. There's a mean between like to find between like Eastern
How long is
medicine
it?
and like Western medicine. Anyways, before we get talking about plants, or being a bunch of hippies here, Goose, you want to teach us about the lighthouse of Alexandria?
Yes.
Okay.
Just do the intro one.
All right.
And then at the end of this episode, you'll see the other two. Stick around. It's a cliffhanger.
Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is smoking weed. Maybe it's you. And the last time it happened, you probably didn't think twice about it. You lit up, leaned back, and that was that. But what you did, that single act, is one of the oldest things a human being can do. It's older than writing, older than money, older than most of the religions that currently have opinions about it. And here's the part nobody ever tells you. The first humans who encountered cannabis weren't looking for a high. They weren't looking for medicine. They were looking for rope. Think about that for a sec. Archaeologists excavating an ancient Neolithic site in Taiwan found pottery dating back roughly 10,000 years. The same moment humans were just beginning to invent agriculture. The pottery had hemp cord markings pressed into its surface. A stone beater used to pound hemp fiber was found nearby. The Columbia History of the World records it plainly. The weaving of hemp fiber began 10,000 years ago,
Columbia.
at approximately the same time as pottery making and before metalworking. One of humanity's first crops wasn't wheat, it wasn't rice, it was weed. And for thousands of years after that, that's all it was. Rope, clothing, fishing nets, oil, food. The plant was everywhere because it was useful for everything. You could wear it, sail with it, write on it, and eat the seeds when things got desperate. Nobody had figured out yet that one part of the plant, when you set it on fire and breathed deeply, did something completely different to your brain. So when exactly did they figure that out? In 2700 BC, a Chinese emperor named Shen Nung, known today as the father of Chinese medicine, spent his reign testing 365 herbs on himself, every single one, personally. He ate them, drank them, and inhaled them, recording the results. According to legend, he also died doing this from a plant that ruptured his intestines before he could take the antidote. The man literally gave his life to science. Cannabis made his list. He called it Ma Fen, and what he wrote about it is extraordinary. His pharmacopoeia recorded. Taking much of it may make one behold ghosts and frenetically run about. Protracted taking may enable one to communicate with the spirit light. That is a 4,700-year-old
Stoner
trip
thoughts.
report, written by an emperor, filed under medicine. He classified cannabis as a superior herb, prescribed for pain, gout, and rheumatism. And the Chinese brewed it into tonics and powders with the same seriousness modern doctors give antibiotics. Cannabis in ancient China was not a vice. It was infrastructure. But here's where the story stops being legend and starts being science. In 2019, a team from the Chinese Academy of Sciences
Okay,
and the
we don't
Max
need to
Planck
get into the
Institute
future. We got
published a
the
paper
so
in
he's
the
a
journal
Chinese
Science.
dude named Non Queen or something like that. Interesting. Yeah, I knew it's been used for a long time.
Yeah.
And they probably smoked a lot of it at the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Our next topic.
My uncle says that I have an uncle who thinks that the Chinese were visiting the California coast in like 800, 900, like 80.
I mean,
Maybe talk
10 years ago, I would be like, yeah, bullshit. Now it's like, I mean, it's all possible. It's literally the Norwegian or like the Vikings have been coming here hundreds of years, if not 1,000 years before our weird American folk hero, Christopher Columbus, that guy who did nothing wrong, that we gave a whole holiday to.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Was he Portuguese or Italian? I don't remember.
He sailed out of Italy, but I
thought
think
he
he
was
was
Spanish.
Spanish.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
The best people.
Oh, yeah. But that's a tangent. We're going back to Alexandria in Egypt.
All right, take it away, Goose.
The Lighthouse of Alexandria was built on the island of Pharos outside the harbor of Alexandria, Egypt, 300 to 280 BC. The project was first proposed by Ptolemy I Sorter. He wanted to turn Alexandria into a major commercial hub and engineering marvel in the Mediterranean. His son Ptolemy II had to finish the project. The chief engineer of the structure was Sostratus. You guys will know.
I think it's Sostratus, yeah.
And Snidus and his crew may have only financed it, though. The lighthouse stood at a whopping 350 feet tall. Right here in the middle of the screen is how tall that is in meters. Psych, we're American. Actually, right here in the middle of the screen, Stacy Keebler.
Yeah.
I want to make a joke so bad, but I'm not going to do it. I was going to say
on a phallic-shaped building. I got it. I know. I got your gun.
No. I was going to say. Take it.
I agree with that.
But
a sexy one.
Yeah, but I don't want. I don't want to offend it. It may have been a bit taller than this. The only man-made structure on Earth at the time that was taller than it was the Great Pyramid of Giza at 454 feet, which I believe was the tallest structure on Earth until the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
You mean the Tower of Babylon? I mean the Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel. It was about 30 feet taller in the past. It eroded since then. The Park Row building in New York is about 350 feet tall. You want to pull up a picture of that Park Row building for me?
Yeah, so this is how big the Lighthouse of Alexandria was.
It's called Park Row Building, New York. The structure was built in 3 stages. The bottom section was a large cube, the middle was an octagon, and the top section was a large cylinder with a spiral staircase wrapping around it to the top. Yeah, you can pull that up. It's cool.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him see. You know what's crazy?
So that's how big the Alexandrian Lighthouse was.
That would have been formidable to see in person. You know what's crazy? I would love to have seen the Lighthouse of Alexandria in person, but I sure shit wouldn't have climbed the damn thing. I know it's probably structurally sound, but I'm like, no rebar?
No. I mean, it was structurally sound for a long time, though. It took
I would just be too scared.
Centuries of earthquakes to finally knock. We'll get into it, but
yeah. Important historical figure was buried in the city of Alexandria, and although he was originally buried in Memphis, Egypt, he was moved to Alexandria. That would be Alexander the Great.
May have heard of him.
And Stacy Keebler. Although this location of this tomb to this day is not known, he funded the city in 331 BC. Before that, it was a humble Egyptian fishing village and a port city called Rakotis or Rakedit.
One's Koine Greek, the other's like Egyptian, I think.
Of course, Alexander the Great's death is a bit of a mystery. He was about 33 when he died. There's some debate about what caused it. Some historians have claimed it was typhoid fever or malaria. He might have also had his wine poisoned. Some people think it could have even been appendicitis. Regardless, he wouldn't live to see the lighthouse dedicated to him. He didn't get to see that erection.
Nope.
The city had an impressive number of sites, including Alexander the Great's tomb. Allegedly, Hitler robbed Alexander the Great's tomb. That's part of the lore. That he actually had because he was looking for the golden or brass breastplate of Alexander the Great. Apparently, he got it.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't find the tomb, because the Nazis ruined it.
Man.
But that's some Indiana Jones lore. Who knows?
Hitler lost a mind, man.
Mm-hmm. Or it's in the British Museum basement.
Yeah.
The famous library, a museum, and the Serapeum Temple. It was a Greco-Egyptian temple dedicated to the god Serapis. If you haven't heard of him, he was a god designed by the Ptolemaic kingdom, Hellenized Greeks to unite Greek and Egyptian religious beliefs.
You want me to bring
He was a cafeteria god.
Yeah, he was a cafeteria god.
There are conflicting accounts of what the structure looked like. Most agreed it was white, impressively large, and had 3 parts. Sounds like my genitalia. There may have been a statue of Zeus on top, or Poseidon, to represent the god's high regard for the very dangerous profession of being a sailor. The statue may have also been of the Greek god Helios, in A.G. or Ptolemy Sorter's likeness.
Alexander the Great.
Oh, Alexander the Great. At a later point, a large bronze mirror was added to reflect the light. Not original feature, though. After Rome conquered the region in 30 BC, the city of Alexandria generated a large portion of revenue for the empire. It was their second most important trade hub.
I saw what you did there.
I'm used to one hub.
Yeah.
It's on my mind all the time. Just like the ill-fated Alexandrian libraries, which suffered heavy fire damage during Julius Caesar's civil war in Egypt, 48 BC, many scrolls and scholarly works were destroyed, an event that didn't turn out so hot for him. He was murked, as it says here, 4 years later. R.I.P. Julius, you the real one.
44 BC.
Pour out an orange Julius for Julius.
He got the Ides of March. He ran into the Ides of March.
The library wasn't destroyed fully, but fell into disrepair. By the mid-3rd century AD, it was no longer maintained or repaired, and its membership declined. This was the end of the Alexandrian Library. Very sad. How sick would it be to have an Alexandrian Library card? It's quite the flex. What do you think it'd be made out of? Seashells, copper, bronze.
I'm gonna say they actually have printers and printed the card.
It's true. I mean, you couldn't get a credit card through those stones, so obviously that proves they had high
It was
technology.
they had to have like been a bronze card with like, I don't know, like decorations on it. I don't know.
Pick what famous historical figures visited Alexandria. Quiz time. Below, some did, some didn't.
Yeah, so some of these figures that I posted on here, Palette, some of them went to Alexandria or the library or the lighthouse or all the above, and some didn't.
All right.
We're gonna start with.
You can just pick like 3. There's more than 3, but you can just pick 3 and then tell me if they went, and I'll tell you if they did or didn't.
The philosopher Euclid. Yes or no? What do you think?
I'm gonna say yes, cause yes.
Cleopatra.
Yes.
Mark Anthony.
I think that one's gonna be a pass.
Yeah, he's like a pop singer, isn't he?
No, then yes.
Diogenes of Sinope.
Yes.
Jesus Christo himself.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
Paul, me, the apostle.
Well, not the apostle, but definitely you. I think you've seen it. It was a great view, wasn't it?
I didn't climb it. I was too scared.
Yeah, but did you wasn't it a cool sighting? Like
It was. I got some Roman wine and I ate some garum on bread.
no fruit, right?
No fruit. Ooh, I should make garum and make us try it on the show. Garum was the most popular condiment in the Roman Empire. And Will would love it because it's fermented fish.
I always do the fermented fish, man.
Julius Caesar.
Oh yeah.
Constantine, played by
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
Lucretius.
I'm gonna say that's a no.
Augustus.
Emperor
Yes.
Augustus.
Yes.
Yeah, Emperor Augustus.
All right, Will, let us know who.
Okay, so our boy Euclid, he worked there. Like, yeah, he studied there for a long time. So yeah, he was definitely at the Alexandrian Library. Cleopatra,
She died before it was built, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
she was there.
She was there 'cause
her Mark Anthony, I think, gifted her some like material or some like scrolls from the library.
Gotcha. Because I know she was with. No, she wasn't with Alexander. I'm ridiculous right now. She was with Caesar and Mark Anthony. That's right.
Yeah. With Mark Anthony, she sided with Mark Anthony over Augustus, and it did not turn out well for her.
No.
Diogenes was this one killed me because he wasn't there. I mean, if he was in ancient Greece at the time, I can't remember like where if he's outside of Athens or if I think he might have been in like a Corinth. He might have been in Corinth.
In a barrel with his pet dog.
Clay pot, yeah. But it was the barrel at the time. So Diogenes, unfortunately, I was really upset about this. He did not. We don't have any historical evidence of him going to the Alexandrian Library. But that would have been sick though if he was just like there,
just criticizing everything and
Yeah,
publicly masturbating like he was known to do.
and asking people about like what's the best life and how to be just. What about JC Pallet?
He said no.
Oh, he said no. Okay, that's
Or
right.
yes.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
getting the
said
answers.
yes.
He said
so,
yes.
the Bible says that like JC actually went to Egypt when like Herod was trying to kill him when he was a kid. There is no, unfortunately, so it's possible that he went to the Alexandrian Library, but there's no historical evidence that he went to the Alexandrian Library.
That's a lie, Will. That's a lie.
But he might have gone. But there is no evidence that he went there.
Have you not heard of the Jesus footprint at the lighthouse of Alexandria?
Did he
Wonder?
did he sign like one of the books? He's like, hey, your boy JC was here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's what he had. He was like, he put it all on like brick newspapers. He put it on bricks.
Yeah.
Fucking Bible signings at the lighthouse of Alexandria. Or no, Torah signings at the lighthouse of Alexandria.
But so if he did travel to Egypt, then he probably would have seen the Alexandrian lighthouse. But we don't know if he went to Alexandria or if he went to the library.
No,
But he might have.
I told you that he did Torah signings.
Yeah. Okay. Paul the Apostle. The same thing. There's no evidence that Paul went. He was in the Mediterranean, going around like doing trying to convert people to Christianity, but or like Jewish Christianity. But he was not at the Library of Alexandria, and that we know. There's no evidence of it.
Am I mistaken that Paul the Apostle is different from Paul the author?
Paul, no, it's the same person.
Because
so Paul wasn't one of the original disciples of Jesus. He came later, but like he knew people that Jesus knew. Like he knew Jesus' brother, and he knew Peter.
Because I know everything Paul wrote was all secondhand information.
Yes, but I mean, like, supposedly he wrote it after his being overwhelmed and having a vision of Jesus in a supernatural experience on the road to Damascus. But yeah, so We can talk more about like the New
We don't
Testament
need to-
later.
yeah,
Yeah, but no,
continue.
Paul did not go to the. We don't know that he went to the Alexandrian library. We don't think like there's no evidence that he went.
But Dad did. Dad.
I did.
Yes,
I was
yes.
there. I actually signed. I did some ancient graffiti. I put like Paul was here, and then I drew a small little wiener.
Were you there for the Torah signings or not?
No, I just missed those. I bought a ticket. It was late.
Julius Caesar like burned down part of Alexandria, and
So
that
he
so
was
he was
definitely
definitely here. Yeah. So it's his fault that Alexandria got burned, half burnt down. Lucretius, if you guys know, I mean, if you're not a philosophy nerd like me, you're not going to know who Lucretius is. He was an Epicurean philosopher. He did not go to the Alexandrian library, unfortunately. We don't like. He was in around Rome, somewhere in Italy, but he, like Rome. But we don't think he went to the
different
Alexandrian
places.
library. Yeah, there's no evidence of it, anyways. And the last one, Emperor Augustus, did actually go to Alexandria. Now we don't know if he was in the library chilling. What did Romans eat?
Garum.
Gyro. Yeah, we don't know if he's eating gyros in the Alexandrian library or reading, like the Odyssey or something. But yeah, he was definitely in Alexandria. He definitely went there after he defeated Cleopatra and Mark Antony. He put down their revolt. Like he was there. He gave like a victory speech in Alexandria or something. From what I can remember.
At the library, was there like a podcast of 3 people, and then there was this one dude that was like, "Here, you could have some of this Curum, guys," and
Yes.
everybody thought it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Euclid
It was-
hosted it.
No, it was Paul.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but did you know the same fate would happen to the Alexandrian lighthouse? Although it outlasted the library,
No.
a few hundred years after the collapse of the Roman Empire, the lighthouse would suffer significant structural cracks and damage. About 796, 956 AD.
You're telling me the lighthouse of Alexandria is destroyed now?
Yeah.
So
unfortunately.
it would be a wonder of the world then.
From a series of intense earthquakes in the Mediterranean. And by the 12th century, most of the structure was still standing. A small mosque was put on top of the structure to replace the bacon room.
Is the
Beacon room.
mosque still there?
No, the whole structure's
The whole structure's gone.
yeah. However, in the 14th century, 1303 to 1323,
Those are when the 2 earthquakes hit. Very
a
powerful earthquakes.
earthquake
Yeah.
located in Crete would finally cause the whole building to collapse into the sea. In 1408 or 1480, the Egyptian Sultan Mameluke would use some of the remains of the lighthouse to build a military fort that still stands today.
That's bullshit.
The Citadel of Quitbay, which is a popular tourist attraction. If you
Yep.
want to look this up real quick,
A bunch of the stones are still like off the coast of the Mediterranean
That's really
and
cool
off.
looking. I'm gonna be honest, that's
Yeah.
really cool looking.
it's sick.
But look at this too. If for guys that want to see some remains,
There you go.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of famous remains, or like underwater
That's a
remains off of like off of that island, the Pharos, whatever, where the Alexandrian lighthouse was. And so you can like divers go down there and check them out all the time. There's statues, there's like blocks from the original lighthouse, there's other stuff. It's pretty cool.
is this from the lighthouse?
Probably.
That looks like a tank. So that looks like a Sherman tank or
It
something.
kinda does look
I-
like a
Dad,
tank.
see, Dad, not paying attention. That is a tank.
No, but dude, the Romans had tanks. You couldn't get a credit card through the
No, you
walls.
couldn't.
Look at
Jeez.
this. This too.
That looks like a Sherman or a Tiger tank,
This is a tank. Yeah, that's a
a
tank.
B-52 maybe.
What is this? I think this is a ship.
I'm not gonna
No,
make a rock
this is
lobster.
this is the ship house of Alexandria.
The outhouse of Alexandria.
Yes.
And the last one will take it away. This one's a little bit shorter, but still is interesting.
The monument was the tomb of Mausolus, ruler of Caria, which is in Southwest Asia Minor. What's Asia Minor today, Pallet?
What?
What's Asia Minor today?
And we're not talking about your anime search history.
We're not talking about faded.
The Asian Minor. What's a Asian Minor?
Yeah, what there's a region of the world in the ancient world that was called Asia Minor. What's it called today? What modern state is it?
Ooh,
It's in the middle. It's in the Middle. It's kind of in the Middle East. It's close to Greece.
Close to Greece.
We'll give you one hint. It's real. It's a real popular dish around November.
Oh, it's oh yeah, definitely. It's the United States. No, I'm just kidding. It's
Sorry,
obviously
sorry that one subscriber.
it's Sweden. No, I'm just kidding. It's Turkey. It's Turkey.
It is definitely Turkey. Yeah, good job, Pallet. It was built in his capital city at the time, Halicarnassus. I apologize if I'm butchering that.
No, he doesn't apologize. Fuck you, Oklahoma.
Halicarnassus, where the wind comes ripping down the valley.
This is
That's
the
how I can
coolest.
riff. I can make the Oklahoma musical and Halicarnassus. I can
Watch,
combine
we
those
get
two.
copy striked for that because it was so true to the musical.
It
You can
was
show
built,
them that picture if you want more.
This is the best ancient wonder.
But was it real?
Oh, it was real, and one of our favorite places has pieces of it, which we'll find about, which we'll learn about in a second. One of our favorite places on the globe. Between about 353 and 351 BC, that seems kind of fast to built the huge. Maybe they built like a set, like they got the foundation laid in that time. I feel like it would have taken longer to build this thing.
They threw 1,000 fucking slaves at it at a time.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, would you know it, PG Mausolus? He built it in like memory of his sister and widow, Artemisia.
So what you meant to say is
second.
his widow, and his current lover.
Yes, he married his sister. Not an uncommon practice for royalty in that time.
We need to loosen these laws. I mean, come on.
He was in the Habsburg squad, right?
Yeah,
the Habsburg intellectual squad.
I bet you their chins were great.
Yeah, so he married his sister. The building was designed by the Greek architects Pythias and Satyros. There's some debate as to whether Pythias actually helped build it. Like it's all note about that. The sculptures that adorned it were the works of 4 leading Greek artists: Scopas, Bryaxis,
I think.
Leocar. I think you don't read the names. I think you read Greek better than I do.
Leocaris.
Yeah.
And most likely Timotheus.
Thank you, Goose. Each of whom was responsible for a single side of the structure. So you had 4 huge walls, right? And then each of those artists was working on one of them. According to description by the Roman author Pliny the Elder from 23 to 79 AD, which is his lifespan.
Also a great beer.
Yeah. The monument was almost square, completely square, with a total periphery of 411 feet. And we know the meters, but we're not going to tell you the meters.
The meters right here.
Because we're
Stacy Keebler.
We're in the Estados Unidos. We don't know what a meter is here. It was bounded by 36 columns. How long does it take to build a freaking column, let alone 36, right? A marble column? And the top formed a 24-step pyramid surmounted by a 4-horse marble chariot. Fragments of the mausoleum sculptures are preserved in what museum? What museum are they in, Pallet? Where are the artifacts of the mausoleum of Halicarnassus?
I'm gonna. Oh man, that's such a tricky question. Will, I'm gonna guess it's inside of our house. No, it's the British Museum.
Yes, the British Museum.
Go to the script and go to the picture.
To the script.
Okay, let's get to the script.
Last paragraph here.
I could not tell. It would have been. My god!
Can you pop it up on the screen, Pallet?
The British Museum, a level 69 colonial mancer. If you want to know what a colonial mancer, that episode has. Oh yeah, it'll be out by the time.
Hey, Will, fuck you. This is untrue. They just took it because they're powerful.
They're powerful, exactly.
Right.
If you want to know what a colonial mancer is, go back to 2 episodes ago.
Good. The frizzy. I apologize if I'm butchering that. It's like a stone like carving and a statue that was 10 feet high. Possibly of Mausolus. The mausoleum, man, these earthquakes, man. Why weren't they like, earthquake proof in their buildings back in the day, Goose? The mausoleum was likely destroyed by an earthquake between the 11th and 15th centuries AD.
Yeah, well, the Inca are notable for earthquake proofing their structures. That's why some of like Machu Picchu and stuff still stand.
Yeah. And the stones were used in other buildings. Can you show the artwork palette and what the mausoleum looked like for the people in FLP land?
And I happen to peek over at the producer's screen. It looks like he has some proofs that it actually existed.
Oh no, it existed. They have chunks of it in the British Museum, straight in the British Museum. So it's not like the Babylonian Hanging Gardens. Can you show the frieze real quick too?
It was on screen for like 3 minutes.
Oh, okay, for sure. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. And that's all I got, folks, on Ancient Wonders. The 3 Ancient Wonders,
Thank you, Will. My script will be way worse, but
your scripts are dope, dude. You're too hard. Your scripts are dope.
I'm gonna go hard on the pyramids, obviously. Let's get these lyrics going. I was at the Hanging Gardens of Babylon when I saw that they were selling fruit. I was like, really? Fruit? And I started shouting, illegal, illegal, go back to your country. And then later, I got into a slingshot fight with the police and lost my life, but it was worth it. I had my high visibility Roman robes on, but they didn't protect me.
I was playing Street Fighter the Waffle House edition on my PS18, which is in 240i interlaced graphics. I got to M Bison, and I couldn't get past M Bison because he kept killing me with his waffle iron fatality. So I got home, I put an ice pack on my on my head and played some other games. I turned out it was actually it wasn't a video game, but it was real. So I read about the 7 ancient wonders of the world that I learned about on the FLP podcast, and wow, my mind was blown.
I went to the Lighthouse of Alexandria for VidCon 19 BC, and I realized Jesus was signing Torahs there, so I went and bought a ticket.
Kenneth Copeland took me in his time machine. We went back to the mausoleum of, what is it called?
Halicarnassus.
We ended up getting in an epic fight because we had a disagreement about how much money I owed him, and we ended up crumbling it to the ground.
We tried to make Chile a better place, but through some foreign policy errors, we did some real knucklehead things, and we got it, turned into radioactive dust instead. Our bad. But Monkey knows how to fix the economy of Chile, even though everyone there is already dead. So we're gonna rely on his knowledge of Austrian economics to do this. Our bad, Chile.
Return the Moaheads.
Bush did 9/11. Vaccines are an inside job. You can't even get a credit card through. Thank you for listening to the Fatal Lunch podcast. Comment, like, subscribe, and monkey.
Toasty.
I was going to hit him with one of those. Toasty. We're going to end it with toasty. If you guys want to know what toasty is like, again, go back to the last episode.
Go watch the last episode, man. What are you doing?
All right. This one is called, literally, it's just called Fatal Lunch. And it's
I'm fine with it.
Pakistani pop punk. We'll see what
I'm getting good vibes about this. I think this is going to be a good song. Hope I'm not wrong.
All right. We're going to play the first one, like always, comment, laugh, and then fade out with the second one, and we will see you next week with my report. I love you. I love you. I'm looking right at you. I love you.
And the history of punk rock's coming down the road, too. So.
Jonathan from Kansas, I love you. I'll be at your house this weekend, 14601 Sugarloaf Lane, Topeka, Kansas. I'll be there with the radio playing your favorite song, Jonathan.
The hanging gardens of Babylon. When I saw that they were selling fruit, I was like, really fruit? And I started shouting, illegal, illegal, go back to your country. And then later, I got into a slingshot
Far too
fight
happy.
with the police and lost my life, but it was worth it. I had my high visibility, rubbing robes on, but they didn't protect me. I was playing Street Fighter, the Waffle House edition on my PS18, which is in for 240. Iron interlaced graphics. I got a bison and I couldn't get past him bison because he kept killing me with his waffle iron fatality. So I got home, I put an ice pack on my head and played some other game. I turned out it wasn't a video game, but it was real. So I read about the 7 ancient wonders of the world that I learned about on the FOP podcast. And wow, my mind
The
was
FOP
blown.
podcast,
I
great.
went to the Lighthouse of Alexandria for VidCon 19 BC.
Zoom in on this little monkey right here, editor.
Was signing tours there. So
All right, you can zoom out.
Kenneth Copeland took me in his time machine. We went back to the mausoleum of Alex. Well, it's gonna be called the mausoleum of Alex because that's what it heard. And I'm keeping the saw. And so we ended up getting an epic fight because we had a disagreement about how much money I owed him. And we ended up crumbling it to the ground. We tried to make Chile a better place, but through some foreign policy errors, we did some real knucklehead things, and we got it turned
Kinda
into
was.
radioactive dust instead. Our bad, but Monkey knows how to fix the economy of Chile, even though everyone there is already dead. So we're gonna rely on his knowledge of Austrian economics to do this. Our bad, Chile, return the heads. Bush did 911 vaccines are an inside job. You can't even get a credit card through. Thank you for listening to the Fatal Launch podcast. Comment, like, subscribe, and monkey. Toasty. toasty.
Toasty. Woo. All right, we're gonna fade out with this one.
Pretty good.
We'll
Pretty good.
We'll see y'all next time. And if I had one piece of advice, it'd be wipe front to back to avoid a bladder infection.
And listen to the FLP.
Hanging gardens of Babylon. When I saw that they were selling fruit, I was like, really fruit? And I started shouting, illegal, illegal, go back to your country. And then later I got into a slingshot fight with the police and lost my life, but it was worth it. I had my high visibility Roman robes on, but they didn't protect me. I was playing Street Fighter, the Waffle House edition on my PS18, which is in for $249 in interlaced graphics. I got to Bison and I couldn't get past him Bison because he kept killing me with his